Hello guys, and welcome back to the Scottish Bond Fan channel. Today is the big one. We're going to be ranking every single James Bond film from the official series. Please remember, this is my opinion and not fact. Without further ado, let's get into it. In at number 25, we have Die Another Day. There's not really much I can say about this film, because to be honest, watching it is very boring, very campy, and it's all round just terrible film. Not much input for this one. Anyway, moving on to number 24. No Time to Die. Well, what do I say about this film? This film, honestly, is a huge leap up in quality between Die Another Day. It's Daniel Craig's last film, and he's very good in it. There's no complaints about him. I think Madeline is good. I don't understand the hate she gets. Paloma's very good in this film. But there's just certain things that I cannot believe this film done. Like, they just skipped over Felix's death as if it wasn't anything major. They killed James Bond. Safran's a bit of a weak main baddie. And it's just very, very sad, to be honest. It's never like a fun time. I'm always crying at the end of it. But one thing I will give it is the stairwell fight is absolutely brilliant. Moving on to number 23. Thunderball. This is a film I had high expectations for, and it doesn't really deliver too well. I mean, it's the biggest scale James Bond film up until that point. It's shot absolutely beautifully. It's very, very unconvincing villain. Doesn't do a lot. Domino's a good Bond girl, and Sean Connery is obviously in it, and he's one of the best Bonds. But the plot is a bit dull, and it's not overly enjoyable. The underwater scenes drag a lot. But this film looks absolutely incredible. It is gorgeous. It makes me want to go on holiday. Moving on to number 22. Diamonds Are Forever is a film which I genuinely think is underrated. But it is definitely not good enough to get outside of the bottom 5. Which, by the way, are the 5 films I dislike in the series. Everything above 20 I like. But where it is to come to Diamonds Are Forever, Blofeld ain't the best in this film. Connery looks better than he did in You Only Live Twice in terms of performance. The Bond girl's quite useless, to be fair. I don't even remember her name. The plot is not too bad. The only good thing about this film is Mr. Big and Mr. Kid, who are very funny, and the dialogue is very good. Number 21. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is a film I genuinely wish I liked more. It has some good action, a convincing plot, well-written characters, and a good Bond girl. But for some reason, I just don't enjoy this film as much as some other people praise it for. It's not even Lazenby that's that bothersome. He is the worst part of the film, but he's not terrible. He's very good in combat, I'll say, and the pre-title sequence and the title sequence are absolutely phenomenal. And everyone in the helicopter looks brilliant. But I just can't get off this one for some reason. Anyway, moving on to number 20. You Only Live Twice, the last film in the entire series which I dislike per se. I don't hate it at all, it's alright, but it's the last one I dislike. I think this film is a very, very fun film. It is definitely the most campy of Sean Connery. I'd say it's more campy than Diamonds Are Forever, but it does have some things in here I love. Like, it's shot beautifully, just plans a beautiful setting. Yeah, it's got a alright plot. It's the first time we're introduced to Blofeld, which is good, and that volcano base is absolutely brilliant. But moving on to number 19. The Man with the Golden Gun. Wow, I really do not understand the hate this film gets. I think it's brilliant, quite honestly. I know it's number 19 on the list, but every film from this point onwards I absolutely adore. I think Knick-Knack's a brilliant wee character. Roger Moore is a great performance. Christopher Lee's Scaramanga is absolutely brilliant. And the premise, best assassin ever versus Britain's finest agent, number 18. For Your Eyes Only. Another absolutely brilliant film. I mean, I love this film a lot. Roger Moore does start to look a bit too old in this, and I don't know if I'm a big fan of the villains. But honestly, everything in Italy is just absolutely brilliant. The pre-title is a nice wee standalone adventure where we see the original timeline's Blofeld get killed, which is quite cool. But number 17, Octopussy. So you know how I said from Man with the Golden Gun I started to really like the Bond films? Well, I really, really like them from this point onwards. I love this film to absolute bits. The pre-title's brilliant, the plane fight at the end's brilliant, Octopus is brilliant, even the bit where Roger's dressed up as a clown is absolutely brilliant. This film's brilliant. Kamal Khan is brilliant. I love the scene where Roger uses his fake dice against him. Absolutely class. Oh, it's just so much good stuff in this film. But moving on to number 16. The World Is Not Enough. I actually quite like this film. I shall see because it's 16th on the list. But I think the Elektra is a very good villain. And I think Brosnan's very good in this film. I don't understand the hate that the nuclear scientist gets in this. Denise Richards. I don't think she was that bad that she gets all the hate. The saw fight's quite good. Robbie Coltrane's in this one as well. And yeah, it's all around quite a good film. Judi Dench is very good in this film, and she even gets held captive by Elektra, which is quite a cool scene. But yeah, not too much else to say about this film. Moving on to number 15. A View to a Kill. Why do people dislike this film? I honestly do not get it. I really like it. I think Mark Zone's brilliant, Mary's brilliant, Roger is a bit too old, but that's bothered me since For Your Eyes Only, to be honest, so it's not a huge big thing. I love the fight where you're dangling off the side like some big crane looking thing on the side of your truck, and he has an argument with the police officer. It's great. The Bond girl's a bit useless, but that's not too bad. The plot is fun, it's very fun. Now number 14. Moonraker. Now this is definitely Roger's silliest film, I'd say, but he gets away with it. And I think this is the last film that Roger Moore's age isn't bothersome to me. Holly Goodhead's a good Bond girl. We've got Jaws there, which I don't really mind the jokes with him and his wee girlfriend. Don't mind that too much. And I don't mind Bond going sci-fi, or should I say science fact. It really doesn't bother me. I think Drax is very good, and the locations are beautiful, like in Brazil. Oh, it's just absolute brilliance, and it's a great film. Moving on to number 13. Doctor No. Yes, the first James Bond film, and still considered one of the most, I wouldn't say best, but the pure escapism of this film is just so much fun. It's just, you're never bored watching it, no matter how many times you've seen it. It is so fun, so entertaining, and it's just a time capsule, really. I love it to bits. Doctor No is a great villain. Probably one of my favourite books, to be honest. Connery is in it, second best Bond in my opinion. Honey Rider's the first Bond girl, obviously. Great Bond girl too. And Jamaica's a brilliant setting for it, so all round, love Doctor No. Moving on to number 12. GoldenEye. Wow, okay, I am going to get some angry comments about this one. But I think it's important to mention that I love this film. Now we're getting to the elite Bond films. Everyone from this point onwards I adore. I love. They're among my favourite films ever made. So please do not think I don't like this film. I absolutely love it. It is masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. Getting into the film though, I think Pierce Brosnan's very good. The plot's good. Judi Dench has announced his new M for this film, which I don't really like her in this film, to be honest. I like Judi Dench, she's a very good M. But in this film, she comes across as a bit of a bitch. But It's not too bad. I think it's an interesting idea to have Alec Trevelyan as the villain against Bond, another double agent, played of course by Sean Bean. But yeah, don't know really what else to talk about this film. I think the car chase at the start's very good, and Honor Top's good. But yeah, I definitely don't hate this film. Number 11. The Spy Who Loves Me. One of the best Bond films ever. Objectively, one of the best. 11th on the list, but objectively, this is top 5 material. It is very, very amazing. Roger Moore is incredible. Triple X is incredible. The action's great. The song's great. Jaws is in it. The villain ain't too great. He's a bit boring and probably should have just put Blofeld, but they didn't have the rights to him yet. But yeah, great film. Moving on to number 10. Skyfall. The first James Bond film I ever saw, and wow, is it a highly regarded one. People love this film, including me, and it is expertly directed by Sam Mendes, and the cinematography is absolutely beautiful. The whole premise of the plot of Javier Bardem's character, Silva, going after M, played by Judi Dench, is just a brilliant idea. There's so many good moments. I love all the stuff that's in China. The Shanghai scenes, love it. Just the way it looks is awesome. I love the scene where Silva attacks M at the inquiry. Bond is so cool running towards that through the streets when all the chaos and carnage is going on, all the fire trucks in the street. Honestly, so cool. We're also introduced to M in, Q in Moneypenny for the first time in Daniel Craig's tenure in this film. And of course, Judi Dench's M dies at the end of this film. So it is quite emotional. We also discover Bond's childhood, got his childhood home at Skyfall in Glencoe, Scotland, which, represent the Scots. So I like that bit. Severine, I suppose, is the closest thing left to a Bond girl in this film, and she's quite good. She's not in the film for very long, but yeah, she's very good. Trying to think if there's anything left to cover of this film. Oh yes, Bond gets shot in the pre-title while chasing whatever his name is. He gets shot by Moneypenny and he has to get retrained, which I think is a very interesting thing to do with the formula. So yeah, very good film, and the pre-title was just cool. Can I just say, like, him climbing over the top of a crane, sensational. Moving on to number 9. From Russia with Love. Now, as of time of recording, I actually watched this film last night, so it's fresh in my mind and I'm fresh to talk about it. And in my ranking all Sean Connery Bond film video, I ranked this rather low. I must say I've much changed my opinion because this is an incredible Bond film. Everyone on the train's brilliant, the Bond girl's brilliant and switches sides to Bond's. Bond's brilliant, I'm running out of time, sorry. The plot's brilliant, nothing drags, perfectly paced, love this film. Number 8. Spectre. Yes, I know, this film's always ranked at the very bottom of other fans' list, and you know what? Fair enough if you don't like it, but more power to me, because I really like this one. I don't understand why people like it. The Rome car chase, phenomenal. It's just a Bondian movie. This is the first Daniel Craig film I get that is Bond. Pure James Bond. It is awesome. Bond Blofeld brother thing, terrible, pure Austin Powers, but it does not drag the whole film down. It's an incredible piece of filmmaking, shot beautifully, and Sam Mendes is just a great director, and I just love this film to bits. Madeline Swan's alright. Mr. White dies in this film, and yeah, not much else to say about it except for it's just severely underrated. Number 7. Quantum of Solace. Wow. I've hit you guys with a double whammy of unpopular opinions, but again, I just like the film. This film, I will admit, is worse than Spectre, but I prefer it more. I enjoy it more. It's just badass Bond, innit? That's why I like it. Daniel Craig looks his best in this film. He looks the most like James Bond, and he's rough recovering from Vesper's death in Casino Royale, and he's just really badass in this film. Camille's a great Bond girl. Dominic Green's quite a weak villain, but I like the plot. I don't understand the criticism that gets about the water, and it's disguised as oil, which ain't too bad. The opera scene is incredible, and the hotel scene is absolute badass, where he escapes and all the men on him by hopping over a railing and taking out those men in the lift. Absolute class. Moving on to number 6. Live and Let Die. Well, definitely Roger Moore's best Bond film by a mile, and that's not saying that I dislike their films, that's just saying that this one is amazing. Sheriff J.W. Pepper is really annoying in this film though. I like him on Long Gun. Live and Let Die is a bit annoying, but in the most recent viewing of the film, I didn't mind him as much. But yeah, Roger Moore is incredible in this film, and he looks very good in it. You know, he could definitely suit being Bond compared to his other films. Kananga's a good villain. Yeah, Crocodile's Stomp's amazing, and the boat chase is brilliant. Moving on to number 5. Goldfinger, the Bond film that set the standard for all to come. My favourite Sean Connery film, only maybe debated by From Russia with Love. Goldfinger's a great villain, Oddjob's great, Pussy Galore's great, all round brilliant film. Sorry if this is a bit rushed, but I need to just get this video done now. It's like 2 in the morning, so yeah. Number 4. Tomorrow Never Dies. I really like this film. I think it's got the best pre-title sequence in the entire franchise, and it's definitely Brosnan's best film. Michelle Yeoh is a great Bond girl and very competent. I think Alec Carver's a great villain, and it's a very modern sort of plot, with the news being corrupted and causing things just to get a good story. I think it's very good. The action is very action movie-like and less Bond-like, but I don't hate that. I honestly really like that and think it's awesome. But yeah, comes in at number 4. Moving on to number 3. The Living Daylights. Well, you ready for my controversial opinion? Maybe not nowadays, but Timothy Dalton is by far my favourite James Bond. As you'll notice, License to Kill has not been on the list yet, but I love Living Daylights so much. The score for this film is absolutely incredible. The main villain ain't too great, but Dalton's brilliant, Cara Malovi's brilliant. I like the new cast Moneypenny for this film, to be honest, which I know is not popular. The plot's very good. Yeah, I just love this film to absolute bits. The song by a-ha is also very good. And I just love the intensity and the more serious tone. It's really refreshing after the Moore era. Number 2. Casino Royale. What a film. When the series needed revived after Die Another Day, which was ranked bottom on this list, Casino Royale showed up and blew everything out of the park. When people doubted Daniel Craig, Casino Royale emerged. This film was revolutionary. Not only did the pre-title have the guy who literally invented parkour, but it's just so good a film. Lashif's very chilling villain and very scary. Vesper is possibly the best Bond girl, and the plot is very competently written, and it's just very gripping and exciting. So you're constantly on edge and never ever bored watching this film. Not much else to say about it except it's phenomenal. Make sure to tell me your thoughts about it in the comments below, because here is my number 1 pick. License to Kill. Yep, another Timothy Dalton in the top 3, as you know, because there's only 2 of them. But this film is incredible. Fran Sanchez is the only James Bond villain that I find it genuinely terrifying. He's so scary. And the whole plot of getting revenge for Felix Leiter, it's just so brutal and gritty. And I love those kind of Bond films. Absolutely phenomenal. There's not much else to say about it. Pre-title is brilliant. The henchman Dario, very good. And Pam is a good Bond girl. There's kind of 2 in this film. There's Fran Sanchez, his girlfriend, who's good. And don't even get me started about that tanker chase, and I could talk about that for hours. And the fact Bond uses Felix's Leiter to kill Fran Sanchez is absolutely golden. Well, there is my ranking of all James Bond films. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to comment down below to let me know your ranking. Without any further ado, I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you later in my Goldfinger review. Bye bye.